Today we're going to be going over the wall walk. We're going to go over a progression that you can use to get you to the point to where you're actually doing the full movement if that's your end goal. We're also giving you some scaling options that you can always fall back on. So first step when I teach the wall walk is I typically start with just having people do a plank hold. So I usually do a 30-second plank hold. Ideally, you're starting, those hands are going to be underneath your shoulder on the ground, feet together, squeezing your butt belly and your quads, keeping everything tight, pressing up with your arms. So you can hold that for 30 seconds, and then you're going to come down. Once you're comfortable with that, you can start with an object. It's a little bit lower. You could do it like a plate traverse. This is an option that I usually give people if they're not comfortable going upside down. You're going to start in the middle of your plate or object. You're getting into that plank position. You're going to take a step off to the side, back to the middle, off to the other side, back to the middle. So that would be 1 rep. Another great option if you're unable to go upside down. The second step in the progression from the plank is just to kind of rotate or shift your weight back and forth. So I'll face the camera so you can kind of see what I'm doing. But I'm in that plank position, and then I'm just kind of going to press through the floor with one hand, and you're lifting the other hand up off the ground. So you can do that 5 to 10 times, kind of get warmed up. The next step would be to start thinking about going up the wall. So when we teach this in class, you want to have your feet up against your wall. If it's a hard surface, that would be better than drywall. You don't want your foot ended up going through the drywall. So try to pick something that's either a hard surface, wood, cement, something like that. So you're going to lay down on your stomach. Hands are starting underneath your shoulders. From here, all you're going to do is push up, get your hips up in the air or your butt up in the air, and then you're going to come down. Do 3 of those. Once you're comfortable there, you can start to get your feet up on the wall. Ideally, you're getting those feet up as high as you can with the first step. And then the second step is also the same thing. So I'm going to show you what that's going to look like. Hips up, feet up, and then we're just going to hold that for a second or two. Get your feet down, and then chest back to the floor. So I'll do that 2 more times. Again, that's a good scaling option if you're unable to do the full wall walk. So any of these steps in the progression, you can always fall back to if it gets a little bit too challenging mid-workout or if you're just not feeling the greatest that day. So once both feet are up on the wall, you can start trying to move your hands. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to imagine that there's a line, and all I'm going to do is move my hands back behind that imaginary line, and then back forward, back to my stomach. It's going to look like this. So once that's comfortable, you walk your hands back as far as you can towards the wall. That's not going to happen overnight. That's like the end game. So if you're starting at a place where you're just doing the plank hold right now, fantastic. Don't worry about what I'm saying right now. But if you are at that point to where you've worked on this stuff and you're comfortable getting upside down, eventually you're going to want to try to walk as far as close to the wall as you can. So it's going to look like this. So once you're comfortable doing a full wall walk, ideally you're going to be taking 4 steps towards the wall, and then on the way back out, it's going to be 3 steps. It's going to look like this. A couple tips on that. Keep your core tight. As you're moving, keep those fingers spread apart so you can get more grip on the floor. And then really try to keep your arms locked out. So when we were in that plank hold and we were shifting our weight back and forth, it's the same concept. You want to keep those elbows locked, you're shifting your weight, and just moving your arms back and forth. So give it a shot. Let me know how it goes in the comments.